have to wake up and understand that tricking culture is internalized misogyny.
It's anything. I mean, anything besides accountability. Subscribe. Let's talk about it.
You have to wake up and understand that tricking culture is internalized misogyny. And I'm going to say the elephant in the room because I haven't been addressing it for a while, actually. The whole purpose of tricking is to expedite the process to have sex with you. It's not to make you love them more. It's not to make you fantasize them more. It's to have sex with you. And that's why when people have sex quite quickly, it's deemed okay if they got you a bag or they bought something for you or they put money in your hand. When really, it's actually modern day prostitution, but we're making it a dating standard. I'm not here to police when people should have sex the time they should have sex, whatever. That's up to you guys. It's not that. It's the fact that having sex with a man now is not based on his character and how he treats you and how he makes you feel. It's about the materials that he gives you. And when we're thinking about people who are philosophers like William DeBar's idea of double consciousness, this is oppression. It plays on the pressure points of women who are from lower class backgrounds and creates an illusion that they can move to a different social class when it actually doesn't do that in reality. Tricking culture affects all women, but it particularly affects Black women because we have historically been in a lower social class.
So this is just essentially, you know, a few words. You know a few buzzwords and you want to link these things, these disparate ideas together to fit whatever narrative makes sense for you. You want to make it a mansfold in which women are currently out here saying, you have to pay me in some sort of fashion, be it a bag, be it my bills, something. I need to extract your resources from you. And then that's somehow misogyny. Listen, I agree with the very first premise that people trick to expedite the process, to go from I just met you to I'm inside of you. That is the purpose of tricking, and it's happened all throughout time. But because you accept that premise, you set that premise, you set the price and says, all right, if I'm going to now exchange this, you looked at your vagina, you looked at your pussy, and you said, this has value. You've told me it has value. You set that price. You went and said, men, hey, you want the thing I have? Okay, I'm going to set the price. And what you did, you had a high price. You had a price that had men saying, I have to commit to you. I have to court you. I have to demonstrate chivalry. I have to demonstrate to your parents, to your community, why I'm worthy of you. Then you change the price. Then you flooded the market. This is how you change the price. You flooded the market with access. You devalued your stock. You split it multiple times. So what was left now? The price is now this price. You just never realized that men spending money on you, spending a bag is cheap. Even if the price you think it's a Birkin, oh, he has to spend $25,000 for this. For that man to spend that, it's cheap for him. He's still paying for an outcome. And it's not like all you guys are actually getting Birkins. No, some of you are just getting a steak. Some of you are just getting a little bit of money thrown your way. And because, like she's saying, it predominantly is affecting the Black culture because they, predominantly are more impoverished, then whatever money I'm throwing your way seems big to you, but it's infinitesimally smaller to him. But you cannot make this. You cannot set this at the feet of men and say, this is misogyny. When you have such a high hand in this and saying, this is what I'm accepting. Misogyny didn't come and tell you, hey, we hate you, so you need to accept that I'm just going to give you this money in order to get this. No, that's not the case at all. This equation, exists because you simply want to take out any type of accountability and culpability in any of this, and you just want to say, things and forces are acting upon us and it's someone else's fault. If it's someone else's fault, then it's someone else's fault to fix it. But why would men fix any of this? Men are not coming online and saying, wow, I had to work so hard to get her. Could you believe I had to prove myself? I had to become better than who I am in order to have access. No, you're the ones going on and complaining that these men are not doing X, Y, and Z, but they're still impregnating you. They're still sleeping with you. You can't seem to separate these two. So in the meantime, it's always going to be a cheap price. As long as there's a price attached to it, it's never enough. It's always going to be cheap. But listen, before we continue, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss no uploads. Still trying to do 2 a day. Still trying to demonstrate that discipline. So hype the video, share the video. We got merch in the store. This is a very, very, convoluted way of thinking. Whenever you have to jump through the hoops to make all these disparate connections, right? You have the map on, or the set of pictures cut out from the magazines, cut out from newspapers on the wall, and you got red string attached, and you're making these leaps and judgments and trying to say it's this, this, and this. Let me tie into it being about poverty as well, about being affecting the black. Stop it. Stop it. Even if you wanted to go that route, aren't black men also black? Aren't they also impoverished? So are they part of this? Is this a selective part of this? That it's got to be a man's, it's got to be this misogyny part. This is ridiculous. As long as you're willing to accept this behavior, and it doesn't necessarily have to be you. Most of the women I know in my life do not move and operate like this. But there's a large subset of that, and more importantly, that subset is put on a pedestal and put out there to be our image. So when you have women coming on here, and it's not just young women, it's older women saying he has to do these things. If he doesn't make your life easier financially, he doesn't take a bill, he doesn't pay all your bills, he's not worthy of it. That's just him paying for it. That's just him buying it. Men understood that, flat out. Okay. And the badder you are, the more I'm going to have to pay, the more things I'm going to have to do in order to get access to you. The issue is that access is still available. It's just outside of my price range right now. That's it. And depending when we interact, when I catch you, you may be feeling bad. Your self-esteem may be lower. I can get it on a discount. I can get it on a Black Friday sale. But when also you go and you ship yourself out to, or you show yourself out to men with actual money, to the rappers, right, to the scammers, especially to the scammers, but to the entertainers, the ball players, and your price is still reflective of your local currency. You're in a depressed area, depressed market. You're in a third world country, and you go to someone else with money, with an excess amount of money. Whatever price you have is cheap to him. You don't understand, even though we have so much access to your bodies, this is still one of the most quintessential things that we value. You just bottom out the price. So men that should never have access to you, they can, simply for whatever price you're demanding. To get flown out somewhere else. Even women today coming online say you completely understand what it means when someone flies you out. You're giving up that. Even women are saying this. Women are championing that thing. Stop pretending like this is about men hating women here. No, you're setting the terms. Most of the times, I've said it so many times on this channel, we're completely reactive when it comes down to the dating game. We're saying we want what you have. We're very vocal about it, right? In our mannerisms and in our behavior, in the way we move, in our language. When we talk, we're telling you how much we want you. To the point now, it's only in the very recent past that we've learned and we've kind of accepted. Y'all horny too. Y'all want the same things, but access to men is easy. It's everywhere. It's ubiquitous. So the value has always been low. Access to dick the value of dick has always been low. The only time you start to see the separation is like you want that dick has to be attached to someone that fits all these other criteria, but dick in itself is ever abundant. You flip it. You used to have chastity. You used to have things that I had to overcome, and not overcome in shallow ways. I had to be consistent. I had to be these things. I had to prove it to other men in your life who are, by design, well trained to spot other men's bullshit. Because he once too dabbled in the bullshit. But you traded all that out. You said, I don't need this. I don't need the control. I don't need this coverage. I'm going to do things on my own. Okay, fair play, fair game. But now you devalued the stock because every other woman believed the hype and said, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to flood it. And if you're telling me, hey, the price here is a Birkin, that's out of my price range. But let me go around the block. Let me go around the impoverished block. The price over there may not be a Birkin just yet, or maybe a Coach bag. Okay, I can do Coach. Okay, it may not be a Coach bag. It may be a steak dinner. Okay, I can do steak dinner. It may not be a steak dinner. It may be hookah and weed. Okay, I could definitely do that. You set the price. You can't be upset when men buy into it, right? Because who wants to overpay for a product? They want to get their values. Okay, I'm going to pay this to get this. That makes sense. I'm in line with that. This is what I can afford. This is what my pockets have. Okay. Or sometimes like, hey, this is a deal. This is a steal. I'll take this. It's not hate. It's not hate towards a woman. It's a realization that the sexual dating market game is very adjacent to the marketplace itself. You want to make it a man's fault. It's always you want to be in this reactionary position. You always want to be in this victimized position because victims are inherently innocent. But that's not really going to change the game. That's not going to change the needle. People are going to look at you and say, you sound goofy. You sound goofy. And I'm only being a little harsher here because when you try to make these things, you try to pull from disparate real issues and try to make this nonsense claim, it's bothersome, it's irksome. Listen, if you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. If you got something to add, same thing. You see all the videos on your screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those in those videos. And of course, if you listen to my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. Trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.